But I'm glad it's moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Because the name needs to keep moving forward. You can have a bad year, you can have a different year, you can skip a year if you make a commitment. So, yep. Anyway, yeah,
Hey, Rob.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, come on.
I don't know why I'm being so coy about not telling you.
I have a few things.
Sure. All right. We've been doing this a long time. We should have an icebreaker question just to keep the banner off of shit we can't talk about or ever would put on this podcast that we end up talking about anyway. We should have some sort of icebreaker question. Something topical, something about the podcast, which is not about beer. It's not a beer podcast. It's a podcast about beer, right?
Okay.
So we should have some sort of, I could ask you what was the best, cask beer you had, but I know you probably didn't have any, and I had a shit ton.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, is it de facto the best? Because it's
the most recent one that I had, was it the best I've had? No.
No.
Oh.
So, all right. Well, you had a cask ale. It was
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Okay. Well, tell me about it, because I had a ton. I had cask ales all the time.
Trying to think of why I was there.
To have a beer?
No.
To eat?
I remember now.
Okay. Well, this is the icebreaker question is I had a ton of, Andrew, I had a ton of cask beers, and I was thinking that maybe you didn't have any, but now you say you had a cask
fact,
ale.
I did.
It's not your favorite of all time. That's tough, right? But
yeah.
it was good enough for you to talk
great,
about.
yeah.
Okay, then all right. Tell me about your cask ale.
I think maybe that your memory of each beer is your brain processes
diluted
these things differently.
Oh, yeah.
Mine, I couldn't tell you what the best cask ale I ever had was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had one though the other day, and it was really good.
I can provide some context for my answer when we get around to it.
Yeah.
I'm asking you about yours.
Oh, great. Mine, I had a day where I had to take Bonnie to the office.
Okay.
I took her to the office. She had to be there at 7:30. I went to 4 different places that no one was in the building.
Okay.
I went early, and I was like, Brewers will be there. No.
Yeah. I also went into a building that people used to go to that was a brewery, or not a brewery, tap location. In London, but we'll talk.
Okay, so
I just put a bookmark on that.
I ran over to Pinnacle because I had a 8:30 Zoom call. So went over to Pinnacle. I was like, oh, no one's there. Shoot.
Right.
So then I zipped over to Local Patron.
Yep.
No one was there. I went to Oso, and the Cisco guy was out front on his phone with his clipboard walking around, and then he threw his clipboard and got back in the truck and left. So I think there was no one there. I don't know.
Through his clipboard.
So I went back to Pinnacle and just set up on the patio even though no one was there.
Yeah.
And texted Bob and Wyatt, was like, hey,
Right.
there's a weird dude on your camera, it's me.
Yeah.
Because they have you're on camera signs everywhere.
Yeah.
And then Wyatt got there shortly after, and yeah, I took my call. It was great. It's such a beautiful patio to hang out on. After that, once it was open, I went to Wren House in Paradise Valley.
Right. Okay. They have 4.
And they had a cask.
And that I would say that would be the last time I had a memorable cask ale in Phoenix, and I think we talked about it on the show. In fact, they had a Timothy Taylor inspired beer, and when I had it at Wren, I'm like, this is way too hoppy, and they were like, yes, it is. For a Timothy Taylor.
Was that one of the opening events that they had?
No, they do a new cask on Tuesday, and so I happened to be there. They did a Party Guile situation where it was a collaboration beer. Party Guile is when you make there's the homebrewer way, and then there's the the historical way, which I'm going to mess these up, and then there's a way that it's basically you're making wort of two different strengths and you're blending to make a third beer. That's how I know it.
Right.
Like, I think maybe they made a bunch of wort and they diluted it. I don't know. Like,
So the original idea is you take your first runnings
Right.
off of your grain, and that
Yep.
goes into one beer.
Right.
Then you load more water in there,
Yep.
and you hadn't sparged. And
make a
essentially you
small
take
beer.
the sparge water, and then you're going to end up with a low ABV.
like a 3 or 4% beer,
Yeah.
which is the Party Guile, UK, England, English style brewing.
Mhm.
So it's naturally going to be much lower. But you take those two and make a third beer, like a medium gravity
Sure.
beer. But in the UK, it would be still under 6%, about
Oh.
5%. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Right, and then the other thing would be your strong ale, which is only like 7 or 8 historically, right? It's all coming back to me now. Anyway, the Timothy Taylor. I finally had my fresh Timothy Taylor, and it was all over London, and
Oh, cool.
part of. So I had it every day. I had a Timothy
Wow.
Taylor Landlord just about every day.
Awesome.
And then they have, some other, but so. What beer did you have?
When I was there, I had an Irish Stout.
Irish Stout.
Yes.
Okay. That
Because
would be.
it was perfect. It was
Yeah.
like 5% on
Right.
cask. Looked
It's in,
great.
it's in the
tasted
month
great.
of March.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
did you do anything for St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah. Nothing too exciting. I mean, I went to Fibber McGee's at 9:30. I went to 100 Mile. They had a running club at 100 Mile before they opened, and it was super crazy busy.
I bet.
They gave me some numbers that were outrageous.
You told me that, I
Yeah.
think. So people want to do something to celebrate the holiday, and the health kick makes sense to me. Kind of offset,
Right?
Um,
And then
Cool. Yeah.
I went somewhere else, but I don't have my photos open.
No. All right. So,
I don't remember where.
no, our stories are starting to intertwine.
Yeah.
On St. Patrick's Day, I was at the Tan Hill Inn in the Dales, Yorkshire Dales area. They're at a whopping 1,732 feet, and it is the tallest pub in the UK. And I was surprised because I think the highest peak is in Scotland, and like I don't know what it is, but it's
Highest peak is like
it's
2,000.
something we would call a mountain here, right?
Yeah.
But there's no
We
pub
would,
up there.
we
of
would
course,
call it
but-
a hill.
Yeah.
I mean, Tucson's at 2,200 feet.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I think
big.
Tempe's at 1,100 or something like that. feet,
Yeah.
I think if you went to the tallest building in Phoenix, you'd get pretty close.
Yeah.
And I've had a beer literally at the top of one of those
Yeah.
taller buildings for sure. But yeah, okay. Well, that's the banner.
Right.
Andrew Bauman.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah, we did it.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking a Sudoku, excuse me. And you knew to get it for me.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to tell you.
It's
good.
a gold medal winning Oso beer.
Right.
It's a Japanese rice lager with ginger and green tea and lemongrass.
It is tasting very gingery today.
Man, do I love that beer. That is, I know I've said it before, but I'm saying it again. That's my desert island beer.
We're in Oso Gilbert,
Yeah.
in the barrel room decorated place, the place that was a different concept at one point. It's their event space indoors. Of course, there's hundreds of tables outside.
The park,
The
yeah,
park.
the park's enormous. They've got their regular Oso pub as
Right.
well. Brew house, where this brew house carried a lot of the weight last year while they were doing their transition from Paradise Valley to Starving Artist.
Right. And that's
so they were
that's-
cranking out beer here, man.
Yeah, no, and Starving Artist, that brewery location is like on fire right now too, because like they're taking over the production. Yeah,
Yeah,
they had a lot
I
of.
think they're making their first beers. I could be wrong. I shouldn't say.
They should have. People might expect them to have just turnkeyed that from when it was Helton, but there were very specific things that were done to that brewery that didn't really jibe with the process.
Plus they doubled the capacity.
Yeah.
They put in 2 brand new chillers. They put in some canning lines. Like they did a lot there, and it is so packed. When's the last time you were there?
Boy, the last time we did a podcast from there.
There's been a lot happening since then.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been wild. So,
Do you want to get into? I would like you to just go through a few
Sure. Great.
of your local items.
Yeah.
I know I can talk about my trip, but I'm gonna.
I think everyone wants to hear about it. I know I do.
Okay.
So we'll go through these. Yeah, so the Guild had a quarterly meeting yesterday. I couldn't make it, but our board of directors ran the meeting. We had some members that came down from Phoenix. It was in Tucson. And without me there, they were able to, I think, do a little more brainstorming than if I had been there.
Right.
Because as you know, we are more technically minded and they are more dream minded, maybe?
Yeah. Well, we are also
Pragmatic.
We also get feedback on keeping the meeting on track and topic based, and the things that you're telling me are like brainstorming and where you just let it go, like, because anyone in that meeting participating is going to say what they want to say,
Right.
and it's going to go where the conversation is going to go where it's going to go. But they don't have to hear from members like, yeah, I don't go to the meetings anymore because there's no topic.
They're not
or
fun.
There's no topic, or it's whatever.
Yeah.
That was
Well, it was very cool that the people that were there could really
Yeah.
like bounce ideas off each
Right.
other and not have me be there like, okay, it's time to get to the next thing. So it was good. It was
Right.
great. I got to listen to it on Zoom. I did not voice or video in, but when they had questions, they asked, and I would text an answer.
right.
So that was cool. One of the subjects is elections are coming up. Dylan and Jamie are both out. They can run again if they choose to, but those are the 2 seats that are up for election.
Right.
And then, of course, we have our appointed members that are
Could also run for those
Right.
slots, or hope that they're reappointed, or they could excuse themselves too. I
Right.
suppose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Those things. So that's elections. Baja Beer Fest is a talk of the town. There are a lot of bad information out there on random sites that are saying it's on April 4th or April 5th or April 6th. And I had nothing to do with this. They just make this stuff up. Our website does not have any of those dates on it. Like,
Right.
We had nothing to do with it. But I'm getting a lot of people that are like, oh, why are you doing it on Easter Day? Why don't you do it on Saturday? And I'm like, not me.
I did see some of that chatter. I was not able to understand why that was going on, so thank you for that.
Yeah, we are looking at retooling Baja and potentially having it at the Air and Space Museum or at a small area of Rillito Park where they do a farmer's market on weekends. The infrastructure's there. It would be low lift for cost.
Right.
But we want to revision it. We want to
Reinvent it, or
Yeah.
Envision
we
it.
want to see it a different way. We're, we don't just want to have a bunch of
Right.
breweries, just like a little mini Arizona Strong. That doesn't do it. So we want to
Right.
do something else. Arizona Strong, great what it is. It is the one that is the big place in the park. So many breweries and tons of great feedback about it. But the other ones around the state are different because they just can't lift the amount of people it takes to make those profitable. Plus, there's enough of that. So we want to do something a little more fun.
Sure. It's
Potentially
always
some full pour options, pairing with restaurants, stuff like that.
it's always had this pull and push, because it's supposed to feature Tucson and be
Right.
more Tucson, and it seems, like sometimes I would hear from Phoenix breweries like, oh, I didn't think that was for us, but at the same time you get Tucson breweries that come up to Phoenix for Strong, and they say, well, we come up for your festival, why don't you come down for ours? We're
not really going to get that.
No,
we're definitely going to make it smaller. So
sure, but there could be some collaborate. Like, I don't want to make the full commitment to Tucson, but I want to have products there. I like some breweries, maybe a little collabby thing in the future. Not maybe this year, but would go a long way. Like would give it some different interest and feel inclusive, but also to celebrate Tucson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real Wild and Witty. I have a meeting today that could be changing venues. It might not. We'll see how that goes. But the board and all the members there agree that we need to have events north, south, and in Phoenix, and we can't just cut down. I mean, there is also a proposal to say, hey, we do Arizona Strong. We do Arizona Craft Beer Awards with some additional components, and that's it. And those are the only things that we do.
Yeah. We had that discussion again too. It's like, well, what makes something easier is if let's take the north-south out of the mix and say, like something like Havasu or Yuma or some other town, Prescott, it's overlooked sometimes. It would be easier if a brewery says, hey, we're going to host a small gathering. We want to be able to put their logo on it, help us sell tickets. It doesn't have to be, a fundraiser that really moves the budget a lot. It's
right.
As we've discussed, like having an event in a different area reinforces the relationship between the breweries in that town, with each other, with the guild, and with other breweries across the state.
Yeah.
And but I know once they say that, once they discuss it, then they're trying to figure out how to make it, more of a revenue driver, and then it kind of just fizzles because I just think you just need to break the egg. And I know.
I mean, they're really talking about completely changing the way it works, and no one is saying that it's going to make money this year.
Yeah.
And it is kind of like proof of concept for some other things that we can do. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not always about revenue, it's driving involvement. And
potentially BrewCon coming back, which would be, again, we'd have an opportunity for highlighting our distributor partners, our industry partners. We can get, that would be a public-facing event where we invite people that just want to come to be able to go.
I know you're not on social media as much, but like I was watching some of the posts from the New York State Brewers Association, and they kind of had a murderer's row of speakers and stuff. Like, just so everyone knows, we still have those relationships. We still can get those folks in.
Yeah.
I mean, but just going back to the festival concept and bringing people together, if you're only sending your sales force, or if you're sending the same crew and you're not involving the rest of your organization to be part of what happens, then it does get one-dimensional.
And one thing that we've always tried doing, and this would be a great opportunity for that as well, is to give our out-of-town members a reason to come up. And with Craft Brewers Conference being in Philly, a lot of breweries see that as an expensive situation.
Yeah.
So they're not going, but they would love to have the opportunity, not have to get plane tickets to be able to drive to a conference here in town.
Yeah.
Maybe we do it with the Arizona Craft Beer Awards, and maybe we do it with some other activations where we give them more motivation and bang for the buck to spend that travel dollar.
Yeah, I've read, because of the things going on outside of our control, like there are people in the industry, travel industry, saying buy your 2027 tickets now, 2027, because it's going to get, it could potentially get very expensive.
I have Google alerts for a lot of flights, well, several flights, and all of them. I'm getting updates like every 3 days. It went up $30, it went up $40, and these are not far. Like Salt Lake is one of them. Like, that's a lot of change.
Yeah.
So, merch.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Just relating back to the real, I mean, like, just local gasoline for coming going to Tucson, going to Flagstaff.
We're at $5 a gallon, yo.
Yeah, like that is a huge expense now that's on top of everything else. It's like almost like there's a tariff on gas, almost like that. Because the tariff, you see, was a choice.
Right. Speaking of using a lot of gas, I went up to Goodfellas the other day.
Yeah?
Picked up a box of some Arizona Strong shirts and hats for baskets for the next year. We get requests for donations, and those are some great things to put in those baskets.
Love those guys.
Yeah, for sure. And we do have a merch store, which has old product in it that is ready to go out to people. But it also is one of the things that our guild conference, our peers were talking about, having merch available year-round for people to purchase and changing up their merch every few months and getting new fresh stuff in there. So we're gonna move on that a little bit.
Cool.
We've got Arizona Pint Day coming up. The design is in. The sign-ups will start on Monday for breweries. They'll have 2 weeks to put in their orders. I think we might back that up a little bit just so that we can get the word out on
So what is the date now? Because it used to be during the holiday season.
Well, we missed last year
Yeah.
because our artists got deported.
That's right. Oh yeah. Yeah,
And
it was
then
all
the
bang
timeline
bang
got-
when you have the
Yeah.
designer like
The timeline got very
yeah.
whack. So now we got a new timeline on
So is this going to be
Tuesday.
a new date or is it going to go back or we don't know?
No,
yet?
it'll be a new date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
The goal was to do it maybe beginning of May, but now it looks like beginning of June, but that's fine too.
Yeah.
Because it's another opportunity to push people into breweries.
People want to stack things up on the holidays, but it's also very competitive and it's very distracting.
And everyone's busy.
Yeah.
There's tons of stuff going on. So
And if you're going to lay that out, you really have to have a design in July and have everything in motion. July. Literally.
so that's coming up.
Because people will get deported. And you got to have
Craft Brewers Conference is coming up. I'm going.
wow.
It's in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm coming back from Korea and I'm going to be supremely jet lagged. So I haven't even thought about it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can feel the FOMO burning at me right now.
I know Barrio's sending people. I know that Huss is sending people. I think Wilderness is. Anyways, I've heard about a few people that are going, and I put up a form. So if you are a person in the industry or not who is going to CBC,
Let Andrew know.
in the newsletter there is a sign-up sheet.
Yeah.
Or you can email me and let me go. I don't care.
Yeah. If nothing else, it gives you as the executive director a little bit of, I want to say purchasing power, but like to say, hey, we've got like 27 people from 8 breweries here, especially when you're talking to vendors who might want to sponsor.
Or going to the Arizona BrewCon, or
Yeah, right, exactly.
that want to be allied members, all that stuff.
Right, and generally speaking, even though Arizona's the 14th biggest state, but not necessarily the most beer selling state, like we're at 25 or 24 or 26 or 23, depending on what year it is, in terms of volume.
But in terms of per capita, we're not like 43.
Yeah, okay.
Wild.
Right, but I'm just saying we travel well, people, I mean, it's just part of being in Arizona. Like,
Right.
the name is more memorable to people. They have an association with it. So it's really important if you're going to be somewhere to let us know. Let Andrew know. It does mean a lot. I'm talking about things that are not pushing the revenue up, but just like these are very important things for an organization.
I went to Arizona Wilderness for Orval Day. It was also Spellbinder Day. So when I was at Wren House, they were very low on taps because they had been getting everything ready for Spellbinder, which is 2 days later.
Right.
It's a big deal. They have 4 different varieties, including on West Coast. People are very excited. The talk at the bar top was how excited they are. So I missed out on what would probably be a Spellbinder West Coast on cask that seems delicious.
It sounds delicious.
But,
My wife has switched from Spellbinder to Renovation, by the way, as her
great.
as her drink of choice. One, I did see you and Bonnie and a number of other people, and actually we talked to a listener of the show who follows me on Blue Sky, but I think before that there was some other platforms that we had discussed things. So that was kind of cool.
It was. I got a new tattoo.
You did, yeah.
It still has a little patch on it.
Yeah.
I did last night, but like scratch, because I was like, oh, what?
You got to tell people what it is for the
Oh,
non-listening.
yeah, it's gorgeous. It's a cactus inside a Norval triangle.
Right.
It's very cool. This was the one I got 2 years ago. I think I didn't go last year. So now I have 2 Orvalde. And then I'm going to get more around here. But I want...
So you could probably go like another 200 years before you ran out of room.
Probably.
If we don't count the face.
No face tattoos. Can you put that right here?
I mean, Orval's probably going to be around. I don't know about you or necessarily whatever. No, I was there. I had a couple of Orvals. They had some other interesting beers. We ran into Chase, former employee brewer, heartthrob to some of our podcast brethren. I haven't heard anything from some of the other podcasts in a while. I don't think. The Hoppy Craftsman, are they still doing? They were like in love with that guy.
That's funny because the Hoppy Craftsman, the bartender at Wren House when I was there, is the guy who used to be on Hoppy Craftsman.
Oh yeah.
And he was in IT and decided he didn't want to do that anymore. So now he's working at Wren House, and I think also doing some of the production side of Wren House a little bit, like helping can or something. But yeah, he went from a big fancy IT job to I'm just doing this now.
Right.
And the passion's there, but they're not doing that podcast anymore.
I didn't get a chance to ask Chase what he's up to. I know he was responsible for helping import some of those beers because like when he was in New Zealand, he wanted to do some brewing, contract brewing, and brought some of those brands to Arizona for a while. But I think Morval and maybe some of the Cantillon stuff was sort of his. Some of the legwork
he loves
did.
it. It was his passion.
Yeah,
make sure that it was available.
I gotta give him a text.
While we were there, we also ran into Jackie and Alan from Ash.
Yes.
And the homebrew conference is in Asheville,
North Carolina yes.
this year. And my sweet wife is very interested in attending that.
I am going. Brenda is slated to go. I only say that there's a chance she won't go because of a project that she's working on. It should be launching on schedule, but if it does launch on schedule, there's no accounting for whatever spillover of implementing that project are. It's a systems thing, so I'm excited to go. I have my flight. I have my registration.
Cool.
I'm deciding how close I want to be to the festival because, at this point, there's not a huge need for me to be at every session. Maybe just hit the highlights and
favorite speakers.
Yeah, and then
explore Asheville.
Yeah, because without having a complete beer lens, because that's all because one of the times I went there, I got there and I took a red. I got there in the morning and left the same day. So it would be nice to, not eat out of necessity, but enjoy planned meals.
Cool.
Enjoy some of the Southern hospitality, the culture. So looking forward to that. I'll be there. I can commit to that.
Nice.
Yeah.
We did get the DLLC production numbers for 2025.
Still compiling those? You have it.
I think I have it compiled.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, if these numbers are accurate, which I'm not 100%
They're
sure
never
they are.
necessarily. You can never put your it's a task just to get them approximate. And like at some point, if there's 100 breweries, like are you gonna quibble about the 78th versus the 79th?
No,
Because, like,
obviously the ones at the top are the ones that move the needle on Arizona production, but I
Still.
think that needle was down quite a bit.
Yeah, but we talked about the complexity of reporting because there's reporting for tax revenue, there's reporting to the Brewers Association, there is reporting to, you have to report them to the liquor department for your license, but
Annually, yeah.
I know that people might have a desire to connect those three, triangulate those, but it's not necessarily the same. Like,
Well, you can't get the numbers from tax,
right.
so that's not really a thing.
No, but the tax agency has them, the liquor department has them, the feds
Do
have
they?
them.
I think they get, I mean,
They could get them, is what I'm
the
saying.
Department of Revenue gets an excise tax filing or luxury tax filing in Arizona every month from breweries. But they get 1 month. They make sure that month is taken care of. I don't think they like aggregate those things and say, oh, this taxpayer did this many barrels, because I don't think they care. They just want to put those checks in the bank.
Yeah. No, I'm saying they're subpoenaable, or they're
Yeah, sure.
Or you could FOIA, and you could.
You can't FOIA tax records. That's why TTB won't give me a list of all the breweries in Arizona. They absolutely refuse on a FOIA request. I've done it twice, and both times they say the same thing.
I thought there was a difference for beer versus wine for some reason. I'll have to- You know what? We've been threatening to have Camila on, and we just never have. We should task her with that answer.
And she asked me, when are we going to do this? When are we going to do it? So
I know, we took 2
should
weeks
be
off.
better.
By the way, we took 2 weeks off, and it wasn't planned. It was just
You were on vacation.
Well, no, it's not really that. It's just I'm shocked to tell you that not having a job has made my schedule even more
Chaotic.
complicated because you long for some sort of routine. Yeah, it's tough, but things got caught up. I actually tried to record something, and I wasn't happy with it, and so I was going to do some little segments, but I just
Well, a podcast that I did called Get Optimized. It is out of Vegas, and there have been several of my peers, the peers. Texas did one with them. Washington did one with them. And mine was released this week. So Get Optimized podcasts. If you're yearning for more Andrew talking into your ears, there's an opportunity since we didn't release the last couple of weeks.
yeah, no. So it was just, and then when I was there, like I said, I was gonna do like some YouTube shorts. I just had I have cut down my luggage for. I went with 30 liters of stuff.
Wow, that is small.
It is small, but
Wow.
I probably could have got it down another 5.
Oh my gosh. So one bag. Literally one bag.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And it goes under. You don't even have one up above.
No, but I
mean, you
did.
can-
I did break out. I did break out a second bag. Part of it was because I had a car, so like that. Once you get the car, that's your suitcase a little bit. Right. Yeah, it was just a weird shoulder season. So I had rain gear. I had 2 pairs of shoes because like the last thing if you're going to be on your feet, the last thing you want is to. In case one set got wet, I wanted something, especially there's a lot of walking involved in that kind of travel. So, yeah. But anyway, I had a difficulty, and I was like, I don't want to sit in my Airbnb or my hotel or in my car just trying to fix it. I should have mounted my camera for all this
A little
driving
drive around,
yeah, but I didn't do it.
All right. I potentially am going to Utah for the Utah State Brewers Fest on May 9th.
Is this their collaboration fest?
No, this is called Mashup. Utah State Brewers Mashup.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are they mashing up?
Well, they're doing collaboration brews.
Well, that's what I meant.
Well, we
I
can't
know,
say that.
I know.
We are. Those are the ones that I'm tracking. That the flight prices keep going up.
Right.
And the option of driving there gets worse and worse.
It does, yeah.
So, likeliness of going there with Bonnie is getting smaller and smaller.
What's the date?
May 9th.
May 9th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I might go up on the 8th and then come back on the 10th and just fly. It's not my favorite way to travel.
Right.
Quick and fly. Ugh. I like driving and going to see all the things that aren't on the map. It's life. Hey, let's take a break and then we'll come back and talk more about your trip. How about that?
Yes.
Hey everybody, this is Rob. We will not be coming back. We kept the episode short. We have another episode with a lot more video if you're on the YouTube channel that will be posted after this episode. I just didn't get around to editing and I apologize about that and for the 2-week break. But yeah, stay tuned. There'll be more visuals on the YouTube channel and I'll tell you all about my UK trip. Cheers!